First of all, I want to thank Mississippi Public Broadcasting for having this special so that candidates can speak directly to the public and so the voters can hear from the candidates themselves. And, you know, when I ran for governor 4 years ago, our state was going backwards. We were going in the wrong direction. We were the worst state in the country for lawsuit abuse, and it was causing a health care crisis in our state. Our state treasury was in the deepest hole it had ever been in, a $720 million budget shortfall in just 1 year. And we were losing jobs. We'd had a net loss of 38,000 jobs in the 4 years under Governor Musgrove, and we'd actually lost a higher percentage of our manufacturing jobs than any other state in the country. I said we could do better, and we are doing better. We haven't solved every problem, and there's a lot more to do, but we're clearly doing better. In a bipartisan way, we passed the most comprehensive tort reform bill that any state's passed, and it's working. Our state treasury, I said it would take a couple of years, but at the end of my second budget year, instead of a $720 million budget shortfall, we had a $70 million surplus. And we did it without raising anybody's taxes. And we've had surpluses the 2 years since then, so that we've been able to build back our rainy day fund back up to the levels that it was when Governor Fordyce was governor. But we haven't done it by shortchanging our priorities. The top priority for Mississippi state government is education. It's the #1 economic development issue in our state and the #1 quality of life issue. And I'm very proud of the fact that in my 4 years as governor, we've had record increases in state spending for all 3 levels of education. This fall, our K-12 schools are receiving $529 million more than they did the year I was elected. That's the largest increase in any 4-year period under any governor in the history of Mississippi for public education. And our school teachers are making 20% more this year than they were 4 years ago. We've increased funding for our universities by 32%. Our universities have been cut 7% in the previous 4 years under Governor Musgrove. And we've increased funding for our community colleges by 52%, including more than doubling what we spend on workforce development and job training. This is important, and it's also part of the reason that we have record attendance. We have more students at our universities, more than 70,000 than any other time in history, and we have more students at our community colleges than at any other time in history. And all of this is added up together to help us get our economy back going in the right direction. We have record employment in Mississippi. There are more people working in our state today than any other time in Mississippi history, and they're making more money than they've ever made before. The state economist says that average income, personal income in Mississippi has increased 20% in these 4 years, and the number of people working has increased by nearly 47,000. That's good news, but we can't just sit on our laurels. We got to keep our foot on the accelerator. As I said at the beginning, I ran for governor the first time because I thought we had problems that needed solving. Marcia and I decided I should run for re-election because we've got opportunities, unprecedented opportunities that we need to take advantage of. This record employment when I talk about an increase of nearly 47,000 jobs, that doesn't include one job at Toyota or the new General Electric plant at Batesville or the PACCAR plant at Columbus or at the PSL North America plant at Port Bienville. Not one job that's going to be created by the $500 million expansion of Chevron at Pascagoula or the new titanium plant that's being built in Hamilton. We do have a lot of momentum, but it's critical we keep the leadership and the teamwork to keep this going. You know, my vision of Mississippi has really changed since Katrina, because Katrina has done more to improve the image of our state than anything's happened in our lifetime. I should say more accurately, Mississippians' response to Katrina has done more to improve our image. You know, when Katrina hit us and it hit these other states, people saw a big difference in Mississippi. They saw strong, resilient, self-reliant people on our Gulf Coast, courageous and compassionate, people who went right back to work helping themselves but also helping their neighbors. All over the country and around the world, I heard people say, you got to be proud of your people, and I am. You can't help but be proud of these Mississippian, strong, resilient, self-reliant people who have gotten our state back on the beam. And it isn't just something that's changed the coast, though the coast is coming back bigger and better than ever. Never fast enough to suit me, but unquestionably the coast is coming back bigger and better than ever. But also we've seen huge improvements around the state. And part of it is because the spirit and character of the people of Mississippi shone through after Katrina, and the country and the world looked at it and liked what they saw. So for me, the next 4 years is about taking advantage of the unprecedented opportunities that we find ourselves in today, to be sure that we continue the momentum and economic growth, and that we have the kind of teamwork and leadership that allows us to have even more job growth, even more income growth, that we rebuild and continue to rebuild the coast bigger and better than ever, that we keep our state's financial house in order now that we've gotten it back where we can have a rainy day fund like a family has a savings account, but also that we look hard at our tax code and have a comprehensive tax review of our tax code so that we can have tax cuts in this second term, but they'll be done in a way that we're sure that they are fair and do the most that they can do for job creation and better quality of life in this state. Mississippi's on the move, and we're moving forward together. That's what I'm committed to. Party doesn't matter compared to progress. We should be concerned about performance, not partisanship. I'm running for re-election on my record. It's a record of promises made and promises kept. And I'm running for re-election with a vision that, unlike when I grew up and companies came to Mississippi looking for strong backs and low wages, now they're coming looking for strong minds and they're willing to pay for them. And I see the end of the brain drain in Mississippi of people leaving our state, young people, because they thought they could get their prospects would be better somewhere else. My vision is in these years, we will see families in Mississippi whose children and grandchildren decide to stay in Mississippi because Mississippi's where the best jobs are and Mississippi's where the best opportunities are for them and their families. Not too many years ago, that would have been a pipe dream. But today, that's within our grasp. If we'll raise our expectations for Mississippi and lift our horizons for our communities, we can seize this moment and have a new day for Mississippi, that we will continue moving forward together, but we will make this state all that it can be for our people. Thank you very much.